Hello students, welcome to online classes of Sri Mahavir International School, Kishangarh Rainbow. I hope you all are well at your home. Today we will discuss about chapter number 2 of geography, that is land and soil resources. And in this chapter we will discuss about land resources, about the factors affecting land use in India. Third point, how to conserve land, and about soil profile and soil formation, and about the types of soil, and about soil erosion, and about soil conservation. All these factors, all these points we will discuss in this chapter. And by the end of this chapter, dear students, you will able to understand that human beings are terrestrial animals who reside on the land and therefore utilize the land resources like soil, wildlife, forest, etc. to survive. And land may be put to use in various different ways like growing growing crops, animal grazing, mining, construction of houses and office buildings, setting up industries, etc. All these are the various uses of land. Soil is one of the most important land resources and hence need to be conserved. The economic development of a country or a region depends on the availability and utilization of the natural resources. The human live on land and satisfy most of their needs like for agriculture, the land, the cultivation activity do on land. Land is the most important natural resource. Soil is another important natural resource. It is the uppermost layer of the earth crust. Now we will start the land resource. First we will discuss about land resource, and then after we will discuss about soil resource. First, land resource. Humans live on land and fulfill most of their needs by products obtained from lands. It means human being. It means we live on lands and fulfill, we complete our needs from the lands like food, and we live on land. We construct buildings for living on lands. It provides almost 95% of our requirements for foods, clothing, and shelter. It means the land required fulfill. It means land required 95% of our requirement like clothing, foods, and shelter. However, only 30% of the total surface area of the earth is covered by land, making its availability for human use very limited. But we have discussed in previous class that approximately 71% part is covered with water of the earth and 29% part is covered only land part. That's why land, the usage of land for us is limited. Even this small amount is not totally suitable for human habitation, and this 29% or approximately 30% is not suitable for living for human being, because the some part of its like mountain, some desert, and some barren part. About 90% of the world population live on in only 30% of its land area. It means on 30% area of land, approximately 90% world population are living. The rest of the land is either very thinly populated or uninhabited. It means some other part is thinly populated. It means less population, or some part is inhabited. It means like mountain, desert area. This is due to the harsh climate condition or inhospitable relief features in these areas. Now, land use, it means what are the uses of land. The term land use denotes the different uses that land is put to, such as cultivation of crops, grazing of animals, mining, constructing roads, houses, and other buildings, and setting up of industries. These are the uses of land, which like crops, grazing of animals, mining, construction like roads, building, etc., and setting up industry. These are the uses of land. Now, factors affecting land use. It means which are the factors that affect the land use. The amount of land put to a particular use varies from one region to another. The utilization of land depend upon various factors, both physical and human. It means there are two type of factors that affect the land use. Number one, physical factor, and number second, human factor. So first we will discuss about physical factor. The physical factor of a region, such as relief features, soil, climate, natural vegetation, availability of water, and minerals, are important in deciding the land use of the region. It means the factors that affecting the land use are two type, physical and human. And in physical factor like soil, relief features, climate, natural vegetation, availability of water, minerals, all these are included in the physical factor. The river plains, which are made up of rich alluvial deposit, are very fertile. It means the first region that river plains, and in this region the soil are found, alluvial soil are found in this region, and this soil is very fertile. They are thus used for cultivation of crops. It means the region is using for the cultivation of crops. The Ganga plain in India and the Hangho Basin in China are good example, and the good example of river plain like Ganga plain that located in India and Hangho Basin that is located in China. The high mountain slope, second region, mountain slope may not be suitable for agriculture, but their thick forest cover and scenic beauty is a source of attraction of tourists. But mountain slopes, but not suitable for agriculture, but their for their forest or scenic beauty, these area attract the tourist. The alpine meadows provide excellent grazing ground for sheep. Third region, plateau. Plateau region of the world like the African plateau or the Deccan plateau in India are storehouse of minerals. And third region, it is also important. And in plateau region, there are many type of minerals like African plateau and Deccan plateau. Mining activity and related industries are most common in this area, or in plateau area there are mining activity and industries are set up in plateau area. Next factor, that human and economic factors. These are also important in determining the type of land use. For example, the densely populated area, farmlands or forest may be cleared for construction buildings, roads and railways to meet the demands of the people. It means the human factor is also important that affect the land use. The thickly populated area, that it means the human being clear the farmland or clear the forest, and they construct the buildings, roads and railways for their requirement or for their demands. Another example, in the prairies of the USA and Canada, where the development of roads and railways has converted much of these grassland into extensive farm of wheat and corn. One example is given that the prairies grassland that located in USA and Canada, and this grassland is converted into extensive farms. They convert into for the using of the human being, and they started development of railway and roadways in the area. But first in these areas there were growing of wheat and corn. Dear student, there is a index that there are some countries like India, UK, USA, Australia, Brazil, China, and Canada, and there are many the usage percentage of the land like cropland percentage, pasture land, forest land, and other usage. You will study, you will tally these index and answer the following question. Like first question, name the countries that have the highest percentage of land under crop, pasture, and forest respectively. Suggest the reason for such distribution. Second question, which country has the least area under cultivation and what could be the reason for this? And third, which country has the least forested area? Give reason for this. So dear student, you will tally, you will study this index and answer these questions and give reason for suitable your answer in your own words. Now we will discuss conservation of land. How we will conserve the land. Land is a finite resource. It means limited resource. To make optimum utilization of land, its use should be planned properly. First, we have discussed that the land is limited resource. That's why we use the land in a proper planning. The nature of the land and the needs of the local people have to be taken into account while preparing the land use plan. Unplanned and hap- haphazard land use many cause serious problems like shortage of farmland, soil erosion, and desertification. If we use the land unplanned, then there will be shortage of land like shortage of farmland, soil erosion, and desertification. Some of the measures that could prevent land degradation are some method that how can we conserve the land. First, afforestation. Second, afforestation, it means growing more plants. Second, planting of shelter belts. Third, controlling soil erosion. Fourth, check on overgrazing. Fifth, scientific method of agriculture. Sixth, control use of fertilizer and pesticides. Sixth, control on wasteful mining. And last point, proper management of waste lands. These are the method that we can conserve the land. Dear student, this is the land resource that we have discussed about, that what are the uses of land and how can we conserve the land resource. Next point, soil resources. Soil is the uppermost layer of the earth crust. It means uppermost layer, and we have discussed in previous class that there are three layer of the earth: crust, mantle, and core. And the soil is the uppermost layer of the crust. It is a mixture of fine powdered rocky material and humus. The thin top layer of the soil is very important for the growth of plants. The process of the formation is very slow. It means the formation of the soil is very slow process. It takes thousands of years to get a 2 or 3 centimeter thick layer of soil, and approximately 2 or 3 centimeter soil formation it takes approximately thousands of years. Now soil profile. Soil develop in horizontal layer. If you cut vertically down into the earth, the different layer become visible. If when you dug out the earth, then you found different layer that you can see. A view of the different layers of soil is known as soil profile, and this layer are known as soil profile. There are four distinct layers of soil. It means there are four type of layers of soil. First, topsoil. The very fine particles of rocks such as clay, silt, and sand form the upper layer of the soil called the top soil. It means very fine particles that are like clay, silt, and sand. These are the known as topsoil. This layer also contain humus, and this layer or topsoil contain humus. Roots of plants are confined to this layer. It means the roots of plant. It means plants get humus from their roots from this layer. Second, subsoil below the topsoil is the subsoil. Means second layer or below the topsoil is subsoil. Rainwater collect in this layer, and the earth absorb the rainwater and collect in this layer. It is made up of weathered rock, silt, clay, and some nutrients such as soluble minerals and iron oxide. All these particles are found in subsoil. Third, substratum. This layer lies in between the subsoil and the parent bedrock. It consists of weathered rock, and in this rock there are found of weathered rock. And last, bedrock. The last layer at the bottom of the soil profile is the parent bedrock. It is a solid layer of unweathered rock, and this is the solid portion and unweathered rock. So these are the four layer of the soil: topsoil, subsoil, substratum, and bedrock. And this is the diagram of the soil profile, and you will draw this diagram in your notebook. But label diagram, you will label all these things that like topsoil, subsoil, substratum, parent rock, and organic little layer. And next point, soil formation, that we will discuss in next video. Thank you and have a nice day.